what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another The Bondy Blue Show. Yes, I am back, okay? And I will be doing another 8 p.m., okay, MFN Advice live this upcoming Thursday. You guys don't forget to come back on here on YouTube and check out my live. I'll be looking forward to talking to you guys. So basically, I read the letters that people write to me, bondy.brittany@gmail.com. And I read the letters live, and after I'm done reading the letters and giving advice to the people who wrote me, I also read the comments and talk to you guys, and some of you guys super chat me, which means you give me some money, and I didn't know you could do that, and I'm very excited and appreciative of everyone who feels like I deserve their dime, their hard-earned dime. Please do not think that any bit of money goes unnoticed or unappreciated, from 99 cents to $20. Okay, I appreciate you all, and I thank you all for coming to my last live and the one before that. They have been rather successful, so I'm happy you guys are enjoying those. I'll be doing requests. They be like, sing this, Bondy, and I'll be like, if I know it, I'll be like, you know, getting into it. And I'm gonna make sure I warm up this Thursday. Okay, so I'll be ready. All right, I'll be connected, I'll be ready, and then I can put on the show. Okay, before I start, you guys, this is all hot topics, all stuff that's going on, all opinionated of the celebrity gossip, okay? Before we get into that, I want to bring you guys attention to this book, okay? This is a book of poetry by Deontay Earl Towner. He wrote me recently asking me to purchase his book on Amazon for $15.99 so that he could help not only fulfill his dreams of selling his very own poetry book, but also to help fund his classroom as a teacher. So you guys, if you do enjoy poetry, if you want to support a young black man who is a teacher, who is doing great by his students, who is trying to fund their education as best as he can with his capabilities, you guys, please go and purchase this book. It's only $15. It is a full poetry book, okay? It has 248 pages, okay? And I'm just gonna read you a little bit of it. And I haven't even read it all myself. This is gonna be my first time reading it, but I wanna share it with you guys so that if you feel the need to go and buy the book, or just help in any way you can, you'll hook up with Deontay Towner and do that, because we do need to support our teachers because they are not funded well enough. At least in my eyes, they are not. So, on the last page of Pieces in the Dark by Deontay Earl Towner, I'm learning that my parents tried their hardest to shelter me from everything that I went through. Everything that I went through was for my good, and if I didn't go through it, I wouldn't have been able to write this book. It was all a blessing in disguise, okay? And this is, I think, his very first book, and it's, you know, it's full of little short poems and stuff like that. So if you guys want to support, check out Deontay Towner on Amazon. Kanye has been giving us a whirlwind of media behavior. Some people think that he's just pulling our chain so that we can go and buy his Yeezys and buy his new album, which I think is stupid because nothing he has said or done makes me want to financially support anything that he's putting out. I don't care how great it is. I'm sorry. I heard the Shapoopy the Poopy song, Whoopty Poopty Shapoopty. I heard that song and I felt like he was just playing with people. He likes to see people's response to him giving you garbage and seeing if you will still love it regardless of the fact that it's his garbage, okay? So I saw that. And all of this is, you know, attention seeking. All of it is quite annoying, quite exhausting, annoying where almost every other post is him screaming and howling on TMZ. Okay, and I want to send a special shout out and a fist pump of righteousness to Van Lathan, who spoke up to Kanye during the TMZ video. He was doing an interview and he decided that he was going to scream to everyone who was working in the back who was not involved in this interview that he felt that slavery was a choice. That 400 years of slavery must have been a choice because the slaves outnumbered the master and the overseer. And this is what I want Kanye to understand. We are not talking about if people were slaves in 2015, 18, 2010, 1992, 1985, 1979, okay? This is a different era from then till now, from the end of slavery, okay? And really from the 1960s until now. Being African American in America has changed. It is still difficult. It still is trying on your on your temperament, on your emotions, on your feelings, on your self-worth. I mean, it has so many layers, and we all know this, okay? The racism is almost instilled in us in such a way that we perpetuate it within our own ethnicity, our own society, our own culture. And it is very sad that no matter where a white person is in their life, rich, poor, they're happy with being white. They're proud of being white. They know, I'm white, okay? But a black person, from black to rich, can somehow change their entire perspective on the world and on life because they've been hunkered down in Calabasas, California with a bunch of Kardashians in front of their escape route. Okay? That's just a joke. I do not feel in any way that this is Kim Kardashian's fault. But I just want to reiterate that I don't care who Kanye West is with. I don't care really what he says anymore. But him saying that only empowers the idea that black people are always tripping and over exaggerating and need to get over slavery. And in some way, the devastating, traumatic things that have happened to us and been instilled in us as a people in this country is somehow now not valid. We're always having to defend how our experience is significantly different, okay? The black tax, you have to work, twice or triple times as hard as your Caucasian counterparts in order to be as successful as they are. You have to control yourself and your emotions more when you are in your boss's office or when you are pulled over by the police. You have to control yourself and act in a certain way, and everybody does. But as a black person, you being yourself has to change around Caucasian people so that they can feel comfortable. That is a subconscious thing that has been done to us over the years of being black in America, okay? So when we go through these things on a daily basis, and somebody like Kanye West, who at some point seems to be a voice for us in a time when we don't have civil rights activists. We do, but their voices aren't as loud as those of the men in the 60s, okay? So a lot of the time, all we have is the celebrities and entertainers because they have everybody's ear. So the only thing we ask of most of these celebrities is not to go against the culture. Don't go against the people. You can date who you want to date. You can fuck who you want to fuck, whatever you want to do. But do us a favor and do not go against the people in a way that devalues what we've gone through and does not validate our pain, which is so many times ignored. And we're angry. Like, we have to go through all of these things on a daily basis. And because you have become rich now, you have the right to say on such a global scale something so ignorant and lack of thought behind it. After knowing your history, we're not going to act like Kanye West needs a history lesson. We heard his first 3 albums, okay? You don't need a history lesson. You need whatever medication you need to get you out of this manic state in which you feel like you can say whatever is on your mind because it is the opposite of what people expect you to say. And that right there is annoying, obnoxious. And even though all the celebrities, we don't throw him away, we're not throwing him away. You can't throw away a human being, regardless of whether we want to support him financially or not. You cannot throw him away. He is there. And I'm not calling him crazy because everybody gets mad when people call you crazy. I'm not one of those people. People call me crazy all the time. I don't give a fuck. I wear the badge proudly. I'm crazy. What you want? What's gonna happen, okay? But I realized that the tone of making someone's mental illness seem like it's just crazy is disrespectful and also devalues what they go through. So I don't want to be that person. But what I'm saying is I'm not running to pay for or stream anything that Kanye has to say because I feel like you've abandoned the people. And I'm sorry, but I don't care who you are or what you do for a living. I feel like it's important for you to always uplift us as a people because we're constantly being broken down and devalued and killed and in systematic racism allowed to be trapped in a system that is set up for us to fail. And if we, out of all people, cannot uplift ourselves, then how are we ever going to get past the stage of always having to fight and argue about our self-worth to white people? I am not throwing any human being away, but Kanye, go the fuck to bed. Whatever that means for you. Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover, okay? Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, okay, creator and actor in Atlanta. If you don't know, you better ask somebody, FX baby, okay? I love Donald Glover. His music, his comedy, his acting, his writing, him as a creative is somebody that is on a high level of function when it comes to this shit. His thought process, his nuances, his appreciation for black culture, his repeated pride in black culture. And we have, started to recognize him as one of those brothers we about to put, in a culture god box. You know what I'm saying? The Jay-Z's, okay? Go in the culture god box. The Nas's. You know what I'm saying? The Snoops go in the culture god box, okay? And Childish Gambino is really getting to that level with his artistry, man, in so many different levels of entertainment, right? And this past week, a picture came out of him and his Caucasian wife and his two beautiful mixed children, and there were some upset black women. And I've been seeing this post go around that you cannot be pro-black and speak about loving black people and black women if you're going to turn around and create a family with a white woman. And I feel very confused and conflicted by this, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because for one, I do understand the idea of that. Because in some way, when black men decide that I want to be pro-black for the culture and get these black female fans and these black male fans and just the black vote all together, okay? And that takes black females to get the black vote all together. I just want y'all to know, okay? All right? We are the 93%, bitch, okay? I just want to let you know. So in one way, I feel like sometimes black men know that, and when they want to be successful, they pander to us. But then in their personal lives, make decisions that don't go with that same narrative, which make us feel like you fronting on us, and you don't really have that same love for us because you're not with one of us. And I understand that feeling, but at the same time, I'm a firm believer in you should love whoever you want to love. If you want to love a white woman, an Asian woman, you know what I'm saying, a Armenian woman, whatever you want to do, be that, be happy, but do not do that to spite us. And I do not feel that that's what Donald Glover is doing. I feel like Donald Glover and Taye Diggs and many of these actor black men grew up in a world where they were not the black girl's pick, okay? And it's not until they become famous and, people figure out they got swag through their art and all of that, do they start to have an appreciation for those type of men. But it's too late. Becky been with him since college, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's Donald Glover's situation, but a lot of the times that tends to be the situation. And I cannot fault them for being with the people that love them back. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. But at the same time, I still understand as a black person, because somebody quoted something that they said, Harry Belafonte said to Eartha Kitt, that a black woman could not get him where he was trying to go. And in that way, making us feel like we're holding you back from what you are trying to obtain, as if we cannot have your back and support you as you become who you want to become. That's what it feels like. It feels like we're never good enough, even for our own men. And that is on us, that is where our minds go with that. But that is also on systematic racism and all the years of the black woman being the bottom of the totem pole. And being the one that has to always come and save everybody but get no credit for it. Like, it is very much our narrative a lot of the time, and it is fucking exhausting. Especially when we have these men in the culture who represent us and who we are proud of, and find out that they don't love us the way we thought they loved us. Now, I'm not saying that's who Childish Gambino is, or any other black man for that matter, because their idea may not be the Harry Belafonte idea that a black woman can't get me where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? That might not be his thought process, but I'm just saying it's a discussion that's been going around, and I understand both sides. But knowing what I know as a woman and as a grown-ass person, people love who they love, and color has nothing to do with that a lot of the time. And I would hope that that's the situation with a man like Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, who puts so much thought into their artistry. I would hope that he would put that same amount of thought into the woman he decides to have children with, okay? And I'm going to just say that and move on, because at the end of the day, it ain't my motherfucking business, and I don't really care who that nigga with, because This Is America came out last night. He was on SNL last night, and he is on the lips of everybody today, okay? Like, did y'all see that This Is America video? I might do a reaction video to it, watch it, and then, do a little 4-minute reaction video to the video. I've never really done reaction videos, but I want to do one and see how you guys respond to it, because I watched it like 2 times, and I love it. And there's so many references that I myself have not even recognized or seen, but there are certain things that I found familiar. But the general consensus of the video was how us as black people will sing and dance and shuck and jive in the street while we are being chased by police on horses, in cars, and with guns. Also, the glorification of guns in American society. The words, make that money, black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, as a black man, you will do anything to make that money so it can get you out of your circumstances. But this is America. It's still happening whether you've gotten yourself out of those circumstances or not, which to me is a direct line to this bullshit with Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how the shit kind of went together. But I enjoyed his video. I enjoyed the music. I like the song. It makes me want to dance. It makes me think. And I implore all of you to go and watch it, okay? And get into all of this. All of this regular man body, okay? I'm not built, bitch. I'm not fat. I'm not skinny. I'm just a nigga with chest hair and a big head. But I'm giving you vibes, bitch. I am giving you vibes. Okay. So Cardi B decided that she was going to set that ass down because this pregnancy is getting far along now, okay? And in the process of her saying, hey, I had my last performance. I appreciate y'all. I can't breathe. I'ma sit down. We find out that some basic bitch who goes around telling everybody that she's pregnant for celebrities said she was pregnant for Offset. Then we found out that it wasn't true. And Cardi was like, why do y'all, post things about this bitch as if it's true? Y'all know it's not true because this is her MO. So we found out that Offset was not the father. He was not the pappy of the baby, okay? And I was like, okay, that's what happened with that. So that was like mincemeat. We moved on like Maya. I'm moving on. She bad. That ass, that ass, that ass, that ass. So Cash Doll put it out there that she was trying to put her version on SoundCloud or something. She was trying to post her version of that song somewhere, and she got blocked. Okay? And she was upset about that. And she voiced that upsetness all over social media. So Cardi B in Hennessy was like, bitch, you can get it. Cash Doll eventually came out and said that her beef was not with Cardi. I think her beef was with YG because it was his song, okay? He had also put, is it Dreezy? Okay, it's Dreezy. It's the Dreezy girl. Y'all, I be confused sometimes because these girls, I see them, but they don't really make a mark that's significant all the time. Like, I love me some Malibu Mitch, okay? And I like Cash Doll. So I don't want them to beef, okay? This is not what I want. I do not want the beefage between Cash Doll and Cardi B. I want somebody to give Cash Doll the resources that she needs to make more songs because I think she's fire, okay? And I think she is your quintessential black girl, and I mean not Latino black girl, but African American black girl, Trina-S type rapper, okay? And we looking for her too. We are also looking for the Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott's of the world, okay? Like your girl who did the rap about Kanye. I forgot her name, but she spit this crazy verse about Kanye to his own beat, to Jesus Walks. And she was like spitting hella hard. And I felt like somebody needed to sign that bitch, okay? I do not need her to look no certain way for her to give me good music and good lyrics. I don't know where y'all at with this shit, but I go back to Queen Latifah all the time, okay? Queen Latifah's first album, bitch. I go back to Ladies First on you hoes. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. Okay, feel the wrath of my madness. Come into my house. All right, look, give me body. Kevin Hart. We all know that when Kevin Hart got caught cheating on his wife some months ago while she was pregnant, okay, he was caught on videotape banging some bitch out in a hotel room, okay? He was caught on tape with his face in her titties, okay? Probably put his face in a place, all right? Like we saw buku things going on, and then we found out that he was being blackmailed. They wanted millions of dollars. Okay, was it millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars? I can't remember, but I know they wanted a grip to keep that shit on the hush hush. And Kevin was like, fuck out of here. I'ma tell my wife, I'ma tell social media, I'ma apologize, okay? I'ma get out in front of it, and it ain't gonna stop not a nair nutter. You ain't gonna get no money out of me like that partner, okay? And the FBI started to investigate this situation. And then we find out just this past week that it was one of his very close friends of 15 years, a fellow actor, Jonathan Jackson. He was in Naked with Marlon Wayans, and I saw him in that. Okay, that's why I was like, oh, that nigga. All right, and I just want to say to Jonathan Jackson that you ain't shit, okay? You ain't shit. And I don't know how you think you are going to get anything in this world when you stab somebody like Kevin Hart in the back in such a public, humiliating, fucked up way. To try and get money out of him, to set him up for the okie doke, to try to ruin his family. As his friend of 15 years, he done probably took you with him and got jobs. And just because you're not on his level and you are old hating ass nigga, instead of seeing the blessing and being in the circle of a man like Kevin Hart, you decide to stab him in the back and lose not only your freedom possibly, but also lose the contact and respect of somebody that could have continued to help you and make you successful had you not fucked over their life in such a terrible way. Now, at the end of the day, Kevin did what he did. Kevin cheated, and Kevin got himself in trouble, okay? Kevin was being stupid, and he shouldn't have got caught up in this way. But at the same time, that does not make it okay and does not excuse Jonathan Jackson's behavior in this situation. You his friend. And if you wanted to tell anybody, you should have told his wife if you were trying to do the right thing and not to the world in a public way in order to try to extort him and embarrass him. That is fucked up. And you done blocked your blessings, my brother. Okay? And Kevin will continue to go on and be big and be huge and break records and make comedy shows about this shit and continue to be successful because no matter what happens to Kevin Hart, he stays positive. And I cannot hate on him for that. He may be a philandering little nigga with a little bit of a narcissist little button that's kicking on every now and again. But at the end of the day, I still think that Kevin Hart is a good dude. Okay? And I respect his hustle and I respect his work, and I've always been a fan of his. Do I feel that he's basically been a little Pop-Tart charts lately? Maybe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I haven't been into him as much lately. But I'm looking forward to his comedy show whenever that comes out. And, you know, can't wait to see it and fall back in love with the little philandering nigga. If I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, There's nothing to it. I could mute R. Kelly. I can stop singing all his songs, even though that was my jam. And I step in the name of love. He's a rapey fucking pervert. And we trying to mute niggas like him in the industry. We gotta mute R. Kelly. Woo! Y'all like that? That was my rendition that I had did right there off the top of the dome. It didn't have to rhyme as long as I was on the beat with the shit. Whatever, man. Whatever. Look, so y'all know, we have known for more than a decade, for about 15, almost 20 years, that R. Kelly likes teenage girls, okay? Actually, we've known for more than 20 years because marrying Aaliyah at 15 was very telling, okay? And I feel, See, I keep doing it. Y'all, it is so hard for me. But you know what, though? I'm going to take this as a blessing that I am able to separate the artists from the arts, okay? Because at the end of the day, a lot of our faves, a lot of the men that we have looked up to that have made places for us in the world as African-American people where we might not otherwise be, i.e. Bill Cosby, okay? They have still let us down by being dirty, perverted fuck niggas that try to hide under the guise of black power and genius, okay? And R. Kelly has come out in total disgust of this modern day lynching of him as a black man. And I just want to say that R. Kelly, numerous young girls have said what you do. How you train them, how you make them do whatever you want them to do sexually, how you are abusive mentally, emotionally, and probably physically. Tell them how to dress, what to eat, control their mind frame. Look at them as toys for you to use for inspiration, and then when you're tired of them because they age out of your cult, you decide to throw them out on the street. And I said initially that I didn't feel like this was a cult, because I felt like it was a lot of young women who wanted to be there with him and that it wasn't in a worshipy way. But I feel like I was wrong, and I can say that, okay? I can go back from what I said before and correct that now after all of the allegations that have come out. And I knew he liked to piss on little young girls and take advantage of them and be basically a statutory rapist. Like, I was very well aware of that part of it. But the cult part, I have a separate ideal of what I feel like a cult is. But at the end of the day, if that means a bunch of bitches in a basement that don't necessarily want to be there all the way, then we can call it whatever we need to call it to bring attention to the fact that something has to be done. And if we pulling Bill Cosby's chain, then we need to be pulling R. Kelly's too. But I also want to say this. It ain't about to just be our black men. Because don't think I don't fucking notice that ain't nobody did shit to Harvey Weinstein, and he was actually out here raping bitches when they were awake, okay? Raping bitches when they was awake, not drugging them, okay? Pulling out the PP in front of bitches, making them feel uncomfortable. And then after that, when they decide to rebuff his nasty, perverted ass advances, he fucks over their careers, okay? Ashley Judd just came out and, you know, she'd already come out, but she just spoke about it specifically herself because she's suing him because she feels as if he fucked up her money, and he did. She was supposed to be in Lord of the Rings, which would have generated so much money for her. But since she decided not to watch him jack off or give him a massage, her career was then, I don't even know if I can say stopped as much as diverted in some type of way. But all I know is it's not right. It's not okay for you to abuse your power and use it to bully women into having sex with you. And if they don't, you decide you're going to ruin their fucking careers. And I feel like that's what Bill Cosby was doing as well. And R. Kelly is doing the same thing by promising 15, 16-year-old girls a way into the industry by way of having sex with them and then controlling them. And we as the people look at them as if, oh, y'all are choosing to be here, but we have to remember who R. Kelly is. Wendy Williams spoke about an interview, not even an interview, but a talk that she had with R. Kelly. He asked her not to put it out there, not to talk about anything they talked about, and she has held true to that. She even asked the audience if they would feel offended if she interviewed him publicly, but she said she had a talk with him and he is very charismatic. And most of these men are. They are charismatic. They do get you. They are charming. But that is the way you flip a bitch. You make her think you all good and you love her and you gonna do right by her and you love her more than anybody ever has. And as soon as you got her with the penis and in the mind, you flip her, hit her, make her feel like if she doesn't do what you want her to do, she's going to lose all of that good feeling that you just gave her. And now she has to do it and you just flipped that bitch, okay? However that means, whether that's selling her body to somebody else or giving her body to somebody else, because in that BBC documentary, it was very much put out there that he would have very young girls around and offer sex to his friends from these girls, okay? So it has gotten to a level where something has to be done. And the Me Too movement, the Colored Girls edition, okay, which includes Ava DuVernay and Eva Longoria. Okay, them two and a couple of other celebrity females are part of this group of women who are trying to mute R. Kelly, and they got one of his concerts shut down this week. But then BET won't stop playing Space Jam, so I can't stop singing I Believe I Can Fly. So I just feel like we as the people, me, myself personally, and anybody else that can sing and make music need to redo some of these songs so we can enjoy them without the gaze of perverted R. Kelly on our backs about it. Like I should feel bad because he's raping a bitch right now as I listen to Step in the Name of Love. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like that. You don't want to support that. But I also feel like I pay for my streaming service. If I want to listen to an R. Kelly song, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going out rebuying R. Kelly albums or anything. And I'm not going to purchase anything ever again because I let what happened slip into the back of my mind as if somehow I shouldn't have thought about that, and I should have. You know what I'm saying? When I gave him my money for Purple Panties or Black Panties. It was Black Panties. Purple Panties was a lesbian erotica book. Don't worry about that. But Black Panties was still a good album, and there's a song on there that I always go to, and it's called Right Back, and it is my shit. And I'm definitely just one of them people that can separate because fuck R. Kelly, but Right Back is my shit. Right back to mine and my real. Right back to mine and my real. Right back to my. I came up with my niggas. Okay, paid for the video for my niggas. What up, boy? 10 years, still my nigga. Okay, look, all I'm saying is he still is a musical genius, but the motherfucker is a complete and total asshole, okay? Just like Kanye. I don't know if I'm gonna be checking for anything new, purchasing anything new, but I'm still gonna listen to the old shit. Absolutely, positively, okay? It has its place in my mind, and that's that. So Jada Pinkett Smith has a new Facebook show called Red Table Talk, okay? Now, I'm informing y'all about this because I don't know when it's going to come on because I missed the date, and I don't know how you watch shit on Facebook. I'm sure somebody will send me a link, please, Jesus. But I want to watch it because her two first interviews that she's teased is an interview with Will Smith's first wife and how their relationship went from being very staticky to them basically being a family and taking trips together and raising their children together without a problem. And it has been one of the things that we have all admired about Will and Jada's love, their marriage, and their relationship. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, as well as the interview with Gabrielle Union, because apparently, unbeknownst to all of us, Jada Pinkett Smith and Gabrielle Union have been beefed out for over 17 years and nobody remembers why. So they're going to have a conversation and a come to Jesus moment on this show. And I cannot wait to watch it. And I just want to say, filler or not, I missed you, Jada. I missed you. Meek Mills. Okay, y'all, Meek Mill got out of jail. In the words of Cardi B. All right, and the reason why I am happy for Meek Mill is because I do feel like because of him being on probation for so damn long, which was so unjust, he was able to constantly be put in jail or constantly have, himself pushed back 10 steps in the judicial system and never really being fully off the hook with this shit, and how hard that must have been. He also came out and said that he had an opioid addiction that he was afraid to tell his PO. Okay, and that's just kind of how things kept going downhill with the probation and the parole not passing drug tests like we talked about last time with Meek Mill. He has gotten together with Jay-Z and decided that he is going to do a documentary, a docu-series that will not only showcase his life and his journey in the judicial system and his new trial and everything, but also how it affects African American people and disenfranchised people of color, period. How it is a system in which the states have to pay a fine if they don't have a certain number of people in a prison. That is ridiculous, and that is something that we need to be looking at because it's not right. It is not okay for you to make a state, and it's not okay for the state to agree to that in the first place, that they should have to put people in jail to meet a quota so that they can make money, because we all know jail is $1 million, if not, it's probably $1 billion industry, because it is free labor. It is slave labor in so many words. You get paid a couple of cents and you work your ass off in a jail system for a marijuana charge, and marijuana is now legal in some state somewhere in this country, and it's just ridiculous. Seattle has decided that they're going to vacate all of the marijuana charges and release anybody that has been in jail for marijuana charges for the past like 20 or 30 years, which I thought was like, Jesus take the wheel, yes he will, yes he will, yes he will, yes he will, yes he will. All right. I had to take it there because I thought that that was a great thing. And I hope that other states follow in suit and do the same, because it is not fair that you can now make money and invest in politicians, the things that y'all made laws to put Black and Latino men in jail for 20 and 30 years. It's not right. Okay. So Meek Mill is going to take that journey. He's going to put a light onto that and doing what I thought he would do and what I hoped he would do, which is use his unfortunate situation to help other people. Okay, and I am all here for that, you guys. All right, and also shout out to the men who were arrested at that Starbucks in Philly. Shout out to them. They settled with Starbucks for an unknown amount, whatever that may be. And Starbucks has said on May 29th they will close all of their stores down so that they can have a class on what is appropriate racially in their stores. And the owner was very, apologetic and wants to correct the situation, and I'm glad, because I love Starbucks. Okay. I love Starbucks, and my Starbucks does not treat me that way. So, and actually one of my subscribers, Paige, hey hun, if you're watching, okay, she works in my Starbucks, and I love her. I love going there. Everybody's nice. They always have my drinks ready because I, mobile order or whatever. I love. So I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through Starbucks doing something that goes against the people and me having to separate myself from you, because I love your product. Don't do it to me, okay? So I'm appreciative of this whole process, but those men actually settled with the city for $1 each, as long as they put $200,000 towards a fund to help young people in college open their own businesses. And I thought that was so amazing and so great. And I want to send a shout out to those men for using this terrible situation, this embarrassing, humiliating situation, into a positive. And hey, they probably got like $1 million out the shit. Good for them. Also, if you are not watching The Last OG on TBS, you need to be. Tiffany Haddish and our boy Tracy Morgan are giving y'all some bomb funny shit in The Last OG. Cedric the Entertainer, I've been watching it every week. I just switched back to Cox, which is so much better than AT&T in my life right now. Okay, the interface is new, and I get to just press the button and say The Last OG, and the shit pops up, and I get to watch the episode. And the last episode was so funny and so great. The writing is awesome. The acting is great. I love the show. If you're not watching The Last OG on TBS, you need to go ahead and fix that, okay? Also, In Contempt on BET. In Contempt, I'm sorry, I feel like I said that wrong some type of way. But it comes on Tuesdays. Y'all should also check that out. I love that show. Like I told y'all, I think I might have mentioned it before. It's like Black Law and Order, but I just want y'all to be abreast to these shows so that y'all can watch them, because they're good before they take them away. All right? So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Please continue to have a blessed and beautiful week. Be happy. Be proud of whoever you are, no matter your ethnicity. Okay? Be proud as women. Be proud as men, no matter what. Carry yourself with grace and compassion for other people. Be smart. Be safe. Be kind. Be loved. And come the fuck back. All right? I love y'all. See y'all in the next one.